9 December 1940, British units in Egypt launch an offensive against the Italian 10th Division. The ensuing battle is a rout. The undertrained, poorly led Italian troops are easily overrun, and within a matter of hours, 38,000 have been wounded, captured, or killed. English casualties number less than 700. The British continue to drive west in hot pursuit of the retreating Italians. By 22 January, they take the key deep-water port of Tobruk. The Italians retreat in such disorder, they leave behind a seawater distillation plant, essential to fielding an army in the harsh Libyan desert. Having occupied Tobruk, the English strike inland in a daring 200-mile cross-desert thrust to Beta Foam, successfully cutting off the reeling Italian 10th. For England, it is a much-needed victory. After the crushing blow they sustained in northern France and the daily doses of devastation delivered to their cities by the Luftwaffe, they have now given the invincible Axis a taste of its own medicine. In Berlin, Hitler is quickly becoming disgusted with his Italian counterpart, Benito Mussolini. Mussolini had assured him that Italian troops could defeat the British in Egypt without help from the Wehrmacht. Now, far from being beaten, the British are driving into central Libya, threatening German plans for the invasion of Greece. The Führer tells Hermann Göring to ready his Luftwaffe for duty in North Africa and enlists the services of the young Major General who had proven so effective in northern France, Erwin Rommel. Given command of the newly created Africa Corps, Rommel arrives in Tripoli on 12 February and immediately begins preparations to turn the tide back in favor of the Axis. Both the German and British high commands expect Rommel to maintain a defensive position, a mere check on the British drive to the west. Rommel has other ideas. Instead of viewing the harsh Libyan desert as a hindrance to combat operations, he believes the vast open space offers tremendous opportunity to those bold enough to take advantage of it. On 24 March, the British, who believe it will be mid-May before Rommel is in a position to strike, are caught off guard by a heavy raid near El Algela. Rommel, sensing that this is his moment, disobeys Hitler's orders to remain on the defensive and launches an all-out attack. Rommel's strategy proves to be devastatingly effective. The vastness of the desert allows his panzer units to utilize their mobility to an unprecedented degree. Supported by the Luftwaffe, the Africa Corps drives the British back in disarray. Having surrounded Tobruk, Rommel continues driving west until mid-April, when overextended supply lines force him to halt his drive near the Egyptian border. In 1 month, the Desert Fox, as his opponents have begun calling him, has retaken what it took the English army 4 months to gain. In mid-May, the British mount a counteroffensive designed to relieve the defenders of Tobruk, who are still surrounded by the Germans. Positioning his defenses in Halfaya Pass, Rommel uses 88mm anti-aircraft guns to destroy the advancing British armor before the tanks are close enough to return fire. Once again, the English taste defeat. Tobruk causes no end of grief for Rommel as well. Both he and the British realize the port is crucial to a continued German drive into Egypt. Throughout the summer, Rommel attempts to crack the city's defensive ring, but with no success. Although the desert is ideal for Rommel's armored warfare tactics, its hot, barren landscape makes supporting his army a nightmare. Ammunition, food, water, all are in short supply. His choice is simple: take Tobruk or withdraw. On 18 November, the British, who have been resupplied and reinforced, launch another offensive to relieve the besieged port city. The fighting is savage, the conditions brutal, yet despite suffering heavy losses, English forces break through the German ring and reach the city on 27 November. Rommel, realizing he cannot continue to fight without access to the sea, decides to withdraw. Although the British have secured Tobruk, they realize Rommel is far from beaten. The Desert Fox has proven himself a sly and dangerous enemy. And it is obvious his withdrawal is no chaotic retreat. It is, rather, a tactical maneuver. He is merely biding his time, waiting for the right moment to renew his assault and finish the job of driving the Allies from North Africa.